Hello everyone, I am James, this is Persia. So I've laid siege to Cairo and I've captured it. In terms of buildings actually, Alexandria is better than this one. There isn't even a bank in Cairo. It must have been occupied before in the past. Or they just didn't build up their capital for some reason, which I don't think it's that. Let's go ahead and loot it. Such are the tides of war. Grab as much loot as we can. Ooh. Destroyed their university. Destroyed a lot of buildings, actually. I think we got about 1,000 ducats worth of loot from Cairo. This province has a lot of buildings as well. It's not actually defended. Technically, I guess it's defended by a bunch of peasants. I don't think we're going to be able to sack it, though. But I'll take it. Alright, let's grab Alexandria. Sack that and probably piece them out after that. We can grab Rashid as well. Has a little bit of urban wealth. They've got some Al-Qud separatists. They're pretty much taking the forts back after we took them. I'll just grab all these provinces. They're all undefended. Some ducats from the burghers. Always nice. Can we grab manpower? 65,000 manpower from the greater nobles. Egypt actually has, I imagine, yeah, there's a couple of these provinces down here. 3 provinces right next to each other with all above 100 development. All from the rural pops. They produce a lot of money. Sugarcane. I think this stuff, it could be either sugar or cotton. I'd say it should probably be cotton in my opinion, but better for Egypt than it's sugar, since sugar sells for more than cotton. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I don't think they're particularly worth taking, because most of the wealth is rural wealth, which is harder to grab. Pretty much all of the wealth is rural wealth. There's a little bit in that province, but it's pretty far away, actually. Hey, Quds was released. They are Shiites. I don't have a CB against them. I don't think I'd be able to take their territory. I was thinking of taking Jerusalem. I think I'd have to get territory over here first, on the coastline. This is a long siege, 86% fort defense. It's actually pretty good. Or 49% fort defense. Why is that different? I'm not sure why those are 2 different numbers. There's some modifier here that's not present on the other screen. I'm not going to try to suss it out. We got some Uzbek separatists. These guys are never happy. Don't know where their men went. Where'd their men go? Alright, we took that province. We couldn't loot it, unfortunately. More than just taking it. You know what, let's try and grab. Whoa, Pahang, why would you do that? Pahang sold the province to Castile. That threatens my colony of Singapore. It's very rude. I'm gonna build a civil art academy there. Yeah, Samarkand's already kind of been wrecked, so they rise up, they rise up. Castile announced us a rival. It looks like Aragon lost some territory over here. The Ottomans, of course, lost a lot of territory. Very colorful. There's not really one country that's got too many provinces. France really hasn't taken care of their appanages. They still got a lot of appanages. And Muscovy has, they're over here now. They're colonizing. Which, apparently I can't colonize, so I'll let them colonize these provinces down here, these two provinces, and I'll just take them from them. I assumed I'd get a guy from here, unless I just still haven't gotten the diptech needed. I don't think I'm going to be able to colonize. Hey, Burgers gain 5 loyalty, perfect. And Ray gets a modifier. That's good, because I was taking stuff from them. Speaking of which, yeah, they have 19,000, so I'm going to go ahead and take money on the pretense of a loan. Actually, you know what? I think I'll take that after I give them a favor. I give them that favor, it should boost their income. I should be able to get more. Alright, I just quickly want to take this province, and then I'll piece these guys out. They should... Actually, I think I have to... Oh no, they'll just give this to me. I don't even have to occupy it. That works. And then, so they give me those 2 provinces. When they give me... You know, give me those 3 provinces. Puts the Mamluks, Ottomans, and Dulkadir in a potential coalition. I have a peace deal with the Mamluks. So the Ottomans will drop out of that, and the Ottomans are imploding anyway. You know what, actually I'm just going to do that, because these Uzbek separatists are going to rise up, so I want to get my men over there. It's going to take a while for them to go over there. 1,400 ducats, those provinces. I looted 7,700 ducats and killed 1.5 million people. Just about, a little more than 1.5 million people. Not a single battle was fought that I can remember. Apparently, we've had to have We had to have had a fight because this we'd lost more men. Same with them. Or that might have just been from us fighting the rebels. Anyway, let's go ahead and do that. Send these guys all the way over here. Gotta get access through it first. Let's go ahead and take that. Actually, don't need access anymore because they were black flagged. $778 ducats of loot. Perfect. Alright, huge time skip here. I think 20 years, maybe more. I cleaned up the borders. Wasn't particularly interesting stuff because it was really never in doubt, but I think the borders are looking pretty clean. This will probably be the greatest extent for Persia in this campaign. Took some territory down here. A couple provinces over here. Mostly over here, up here, and a little bit over here. So I'm just going to go over my provinces. I've been building a lot. Just really collecting ducats over the last 20 years and building. So I now make about 200 ducats. That's with the public service and toll loss being at the highest. So sometimes that'll go down to like 56 and I'll make 400 ducats. So 200 ducats, not bad. Here's the autonomy. Level 3 roads, I think that's really what I was missing, and that was behind tech. So if I could have gotten those level 3 roads earlier, I could have built them and then reduced autonomy a lot quicker. But let's go over our provinces. Let's go to the development map mode. Alright, here are our provinces. We have our capital, Isfahan, has 144 development. 691,000 urban pops live in Isfahan. It is the largest city on the subcontinent with a continental art and intellectual center. It makes about 100 ducats a year, a major center of trade, important center of production. It is getting globalized trade, so I imagine after I get that, in 23 years, I would get manufactories. Enlightenment, still stuck in Europe, hasn't come to the Ottomans. It has come north, though, so it might come from up there, possibly. I've been trying to ally somebody, but at this point, if it hasn't happened, it's probably not going to before I end the campaign. So that's Isfahan. I think the most prosperous province in our country in terms of development is Ray, because it has 986,000 rural pops living in here, and a level 2 canal with cotton. So there's almost 200 rural development. That's pretty much all of it. There's 34 urban development. It has a minor center of production and an important center of trade, local art and intellectual center. The rural export revenue in this province is close to 200 ducats. I think that might be the top, I want to say the top for the world. Should be able to, there's a, here we go. Let's see. It's production, right? I'm actually not sure I can see that in the log. It has 121 ducats. Production revenue, that's not the same thing though, so I'm not sure I can actually find that. I imagine the only other province that could compete is one of the Egyptian provinces because of their cotton, or because of their sugar and cotton and high rural peasant provinces, but they doesn't seem like they beat it. This province comes close. 170. Cairo itself sucks. So they're not beating it. I don't think anybody in Europe's gonna beat that. So it's pretty much just China. I don't think anybody in India would beat that either. Ooh, this province actually beats it by a little bit, less than a ducat. Because it has ebony. And 1.6 million rural pops. No canal. If this province had a canal, that would be huge. Gotta build those canals in India. This province beats it. No, it doesn't. 179. 136. Just really quickly look at China. Oh yeah, 301 ducats in this province. Sugar. 1.3, 1.4 million rural pops. No canal though. That had a canal. 276 ducats that province. Pretty much all of these green provinces. Probably 409 ducats in that province. It's massive. 295. Yeah, China's on a whole nother level. Alright, so that is Ray. Makes 95 ducats. Baghdad, 118 development. Makes 78 ducats. Regional Arts and Intellectual Center. Level 2 production and trade. Largest regional city. 314,000 urban pops. Only a level 1 canal, actually. Did not build a level 2 canal. Probably should have done that. I think Fars is next with 111 developments. Actually, what does Baghdad make? 51 ducats export revenue. Fars has 111 development. 79 rural export revenue. Minor center production. Most of this is from rural development. 170 urban pop, 280 rural pop. Laristan has 101 development. Not really any cities. 2 urban development, that's all from rural development. Makes 102 ducats rural export revenue, which is interesting because it's livestock, which actually isn't that expensive compared to some of the other goods. But there's and there's also only 254 rural pops, but I suppose because it's in this region, I can sell that food for a good price. Kartli, 65 development. As an important center of trade. Largest regional city, apparently no center of production. This province got kind of wrecked with rebels. 221,000 urban pops. Let's see, Bukhara. These two provinces, Samarkand and Bukhara, were wrecked with rebels towards the end. Conquered them late, and then they were I had to run between Kartli and these provinces, and the rebels kind of sacked these provinces often. But there's an important center of trade here in the largest regional city, and I didn't really do a whole lot of building in these provinces because they did come late into the empire. 117,000 urban pops. Samarkand pretty much has nothing. Just a art center and a minor center of trade. Did build that canal in Kabul. It's just a level 1. There's 638,000 rural pops here, 69 development, so 60 ducats rural export revenue. To build a capital here. There's really no roads connecting to it. I did start building them a little bit. So that is underway. Muscat kind of sucks. Aden, just an important center of trade. Largest regional city. 113,000 urban pops there. Benadir, largest regional city, important center of trade. 144,000 urban pops. And then the Indian provinces. Surata has 115 developments. Largest city on the subcontinent. Regional art and intellectual center. Level 2 important center of trade. Level 3 center of trade. Level 2 center of production. 309,000 urban pops, 708,000 rural pops. Makes 114 ducats. That's a good province. Thana, I'm not sure how to pronounce that actually. Has a level 3 center of trade, level 2 center of production. Makes 100 ducats. Doesn't really export much. Largest city on the subcontinent. So those two provinces are right next to each other with largest city on the subcontinent modifiers. 397,000 urban pops, 264,000 rural pops. Those are nice provinces. Mumbai, local arts and intellectual center, important center of trade. Not much else, 136,000 urban pops. This Surata is a regional art. This one doesn't have an art center. Interesting. It has 7 art power. Goa has 105 development. Makes 106 ducats. Has a little bit of rural export revenue because it does have pepper. Only has 242,000 rural pops, 260,000 urban pops, largest regional city, level 1 center of production, level 2 center of trade. Not a bad province there. These provinces, oh, okay. Cochin, I think that's Cochin. Has a lot of development, mostly because of the rural pops. Apparently I'm building a canal here, so actually that with the pepper should actually be pretty good. Where is it? There it is. 82 ducats, yeah, so that should increase that by a good bit. Regional Arts Center, level 1 minor center of trade. Coats has 346,000 urban pops, 600,000 rural pops, level 3 center of trade, level 2 art center. Not a whole lot of production. I didn't really utilize production as much as I should have. But what can you do? Should have done it. Makes 104 ducats. And then Singapore has 37 development, so not a whole lot of development in this province, but it does have 124,000 urban pops. This was like my pet project. There's always one province towards the end of the game that I'm always like, I want to build this up as soon as possible and get as many people in this province. I did it one campaign, I think the Genoa campaign, I did it with one of these islands. This island, St. Helena. Actually didn't get a whole lot because it's not a great province to build in. I think the urban gravity modifier was like 200,000, but there's only like 40,000 people in it. With like max buildings just because it wouldn't grow. I think it's something to do with the food. It's not actually part of the African continent in terms of food, so it has to produce all of its own food. Something like that. Anyway, this province has makes 33 ducats, level 2 center of trade, local art and intellectual center, largest regional city, and of course the 124,000 urban pops. those are the cities. I showed development. Our Burger estate has makes close to 4,000 ducats. Has 11 privileges. Greater nobles have 4 privileges. They're sub 10. I've been demoting them, so the lesser nobles have 19% influence and 0 privileges. That's what you want to do. You want to get rid of the greater nobles, make them lesser nobles, because then they're easier to control. They give you more money. You can revoke their privileges easier. Privileges are less harmful. Tribes make 700 ducats. Our country has an urbanization of 15.5%, 34 million rural pops, 6.3 million urban pops. We have some silk, which for not building a whole lot of production as much as I should have, I'll take some silk. Not great, but yeah. Our art level is only 2. Try to bump that up to 3. I've never actually seen it. Didn't really do it. Our development level is 2. So I imagine with the development level 2, it's probably not going to go up to 3. If we can't even get our development level up to 3, it's probably not going to get our culture up. Despite building a whole lot of universities and art centers, I wouldn't budge. Our education level is 6, which I think is pretty good. For where we started, respectable court. It's a little bit there. We are rank 3 great power. Yeah. We're also missing 3 institutions, so we could probably bump that up if we actually embraced some of those institutions. But we do have 4,440 development, 3,200 rural, 1,000 urban, 265 upper class, 205 provinces, make 210 ducats. Our income is 2nd in the world by a large margin, actually. Song beats us by 270 ducats, but we beat revolutionary France by double. And then nobody else even comes close. And of course, we're 3rd in development. Techs. Europe's going to be better than us in techs. Not sure there's anything else to go over. So I think this will probably be the last episode. Overall, not bad. I did make a couple mistakes that I'd change if I did it all over again. I didn't conquer the territories in Anatolia and Egypt that the Sassanid Empire conquered when they fought the Byzantines in the early 600s, but I think I did get the actual borders that they held for a long time. This area was always like a stretch goal. I just decided not to do that and just focus over in India, try to pull more of that trade over. I mean, if I wanted to, I probably could conquer a good bit of this area, especially since the Mamluks have shattered. But I'll probably end this campaign and look to a future campaign. I'm thinking the Ottomans. I'm going to try to do a little twist on it. And that'll be in the a newer patch, I think 1.3. I think they updated it for that, so that's part of the reason why I want to end this campaign as well, because 1.3 has a bunch of changes, especially to cultural unrest and Diplo annexation, which is now actually feasible. So yeah, thank you for watching, and goodbye. I hope you enjoyed it. See you later.